Chillingham Castle in Northumberland in the UK is widely regarded as one of the most haunted places in the country, with hundreds of paranormal events being recorded. Dating back over the 800 years, this castle was built for one purpose and one purpose alone, and that was killing. In the heart of Northumberland, the castle was the first line of defence, preventing the Scots getting over the border to invade England back in the days of William Wallace, when the castle was ruled over by King Edward I, who was also known as Edward Longshanks. It has a truly amazing yet horrific history, and that's why it's one of the most haunted places on earth. Join me as I take you through the castle and some of the ghostly inhabitants and the ghost stories that have come from this magnificent haunted castle. In the castle, there is a great hall, which leads into the chapel in a place called the Minstrels Gallery. The Great Hall is a long room with lots of artefacts on the wall. There is a life-size statue of a horseman. There's a huge stuffed elephant's head with chainmail. And there is also a tapestry with a skull beneath it. People have experienced a lot of strange things in this room, and especially near the tapestry, whether it be cold spots or noises. From the courtyard, figures are often seen passing the windows of the Great Hall when no one is actually there. The skull is also known to move around the room, but never leaves. Somebody who had done an investigation there had documented that they had visited the castle and had taken many photos. When they had them developed, they noticed a strangely ghostly presence sat in a chair on the left at the back of the hall. The Minstrels Gallery is a balcony overlooking what is now used as a tea room. People have been pushed down the stairs, and while on this balcony, people often suffer from terrible, debilitating headaches and also nausea. There is a story that when the tea room was being excavated, a giant toad-like creature came through a wall before taking the form of a human and then disappearing. It is also said to now haunt the castle. The chapel is where people would come to pray to their god before going out to kill the Scots or torture them. This is a place of total hypocrisy. On the walls are flags that would have been taken into battle, a huge sword, a spirit bell, crucifixes, paintings of Mary, the Mother of Christ. The chapel was recently excavated and relics and human bones were found under the floorboards. Cameras often refuse to work in this room. Digital cameras sometimes have their batteries drained of power as well. There is often orbs and different light anomalies found in the photographs upon further investigation. Edward Room, also known as the Killing Room, is on the top floor of the castle. All the way around the top of the room runs a balcony. In the room is a suit of armour holding a two-handed sword. On the wall hang weapons such as swords and pikes. There is a helmet, lots of cow horns and flags. On display are the documents that were found walled up with a boy in the pink room. The blue boy, also known as the Radiant Boy, found some documents to be given to the Spanish aristocrat who owned the castle at the time to help them defeat the English during the time of the Spanish Armada. The boy was walled up alive with the documents, and his body was found in the 1920s, along with some blue cloth from his clothes, hence the blue boy. The bones of his fingers were worn away from where he'd been trying to scratch his way out. It has been reported that when the hour of midnight sounds, sometimes you can hear his cries of agony and fear. The centre of the cries always emanate from the pink room. The noises are usually traced to a spot near a passage cut through a 10-foot wall. When the wails die away, a bright halo of light sometimes appears around the old four-poster bed. Anyone sleeping in the bed would see the figure of a young boy dressed in blue and surrounded by light, gently approaching the bed. He is the most famous ghost to roam the castle, and he also seems to be the friendliest towards the public.